I cracked the code. Synthetic indices pay 24/7. While most traders wait, I'm trading algorithmic markets that never close. I also trade the majors, GBP USD, Euro SD, USD JPY, and gold, all experiencing massive volatility from geopolitical tensions and central bank policies. On this channel, you'll get my real-time analysis and trading strategies for both traditional Forex and these cutting-edge synthetic markets. Subscribe now, and let's unlock these markets together.
What's up, everybody? It's Tiger, and I'm just going to be doing a breakdown of this week. I know it's been a long time since I think the last video I sent was in April, excluding the live sessions which happen every Thursday. So starting off the week, starting off the month, we had the first trade yesterday, Monday, June 1. I was in class, so I gave the signal whilst it was a screenshot from a phone. I was not analyzing on the PC, right? But the setup, I had analyzed it in the morning on the PC, and I was just waiting for the price to react in accordance to what I wanted, alright, to react in to reach the certain level I wanted it to reach. So we did that signal. It was a set and forget because I was not around until I think 1 p.m. when I returned back, and it just went straight for TP, right? Then today, Tuesday, we had 3 trades, right? First one was on trend X600, told them to enter. So following these signals, how you follow these signals, right? You can see that here I gave an entry price range, right? And there is a difference of about 10 pips or 10 points, right? The other one is 88,935.16, 88,945 on 0.16, right? There's a difference of 10 pips. It is for those who may enter after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or even 5 minutes. If you enter the signal 5 minutes after I have given it, it will be still valid. But if it is maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes after I gave the signal, it will be no more valid. Price will be, it will be already too expensive to enter that position. So any range that is within 5 minutes, depending on market volatility, right? As long as it is within the range of 10 pips or 10 points, you can enter and target price or take profit 18,000 pips from what? From entry, and then what? Stop loss 6,000 points from entry. Why giving this, not giving a fixed price, but giving these pips so as to for everyone to get a fixed R. If I am getting a 3R on my trade, everyone who is following the signal should also get a 3R. For example, I entered at 88,935, right? If someone enters at 88,937, it's between the range, right? It's between the range of 935 to 945, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. They just put the stop loss 6,000 points from what? From their end, and take profit 18,000 coins from their end. They will definitely get a what? 1 to 3 also. So this was the trade update. It was in 1s to 1.5 R, right? And after that, we had a second trade which was on Trendex 1800. Trendex 1800, same procedure. Entry price range, take profit in pips, stop loss in pips, and then the analysis for the entry, right? Because in my group, it's no more just about signals. We are doing education. You see the entry confluences, right? I give them the entry confluences. I entered due to this text, uptrend in the 1 hour and 30 minutes, support level, trend line retest, 30 minutes EMA retest, 15 minutes bullish engulfing candle and retest setup, right? They can see that on their own charts. And I also send the screenshot, right? So that if I said 30 minutes EMA retest, like I said, someone can easily see it on the chart, right? I also say trend line retest. You can see basically on your own that this is a what? A trend line retest, right? And on the next one, you can see I said 15 minutes engulfing candle. You can see that this is a 15 minutes engulfing candle. This one. It is a 15 minutes bullish engulfing candle, right? So I'll be telling them why I entered, right? Why we are exiting. And our next trade was on Switch X 1800. As soon as we enter long, so we had 2 longs and 1 short today. Enter long position. As soon as I enter, I show them this is where I'm entering, so that you do not have confusion. You can also go and check on your chart, right? You can also go and confirm on your chart that for sure this is the same chart, this is the same price action. And then trade update, you can see as it reaches 1.5 hour. So I'm no more putting break even when it reaches 1-to-1, because there are other trades. For example, this one, it can reach 1:1 and then come back to hit your break even, right? But if it reaches 1 to 1.5, it is very rare, right? There are some cases when it can reach 1 to 1.5, come and take your break even and then go back in your intended direction. But usually as it reaches 1 to 1.5, because that's almost 1:2, a trade going in 1:2 then come back for your break even to continue in the direction, that's very rare according to my strategy, right? It is rare, but it happens sometimes. That's how the markets are. They are dynamic. It happens, but in very rare situations. So for us to protect our capital, I play it safe. For me to protect my capital, I just put my break even as soon as it reaches half the TP. Our TP is 1:3 always. So on this account, a little bit aggressive, not a little bit, very much aggressive, was on a K account, risking $50 per trade. That's about 5%, right? Which is very aggressive, because you should risk at least at most 3%. That is aggressive, but it is the standard. A person should risk from 3% going downwards, right? I usually say to my students they should risk 1% per trade. So 1 to 3%, right? If you want to be very conservative, you can also risk 0.5%, but I don't know, maybe you'll be trading $1 million account with 0.5%. That's now just being too much. That's now just being stingy. The markets won't give you if you are stingy with them. And this is on Trend X 1800. So these are the trades when they were running, and we have our take profit. As soon as it hit, it gave me a notification, and then I sent the trade update. So you won't miss out. You won't miss out. This one I did not send a signal in the group because I personally wasn't confident with the trade, right? I'm going to show you the breakdown, the top down analysis and everything, why I took these trades, right? And then we have let me just go dive straight into the charts. Let me just show you that we also have a WhatsApp channel. So every trade, if you do not have Telegram, I send them on WhatsApp, right? If you do not have WhatsApp, I send them on Telegram. My updates, I also send them on Instagram and TikTok and also Facebook. So you can choose from any platform which you are comfortable with. Right, this is today and this is yesterday. Right, so let's just go to the charts and I'll do the top down analysis. Right, this was just an analysis, we did not take the trade. So the first trade we took was yesterday, which I wanted to show you. Right, yesterday. So this is what we were looking at. This is what we were looking at. I saw that in the 15 minutes time frame, we had a very bullish engulfing candle, right, after the retest of this trend line. At 5 a.m. no one is awake at that time, right? The time I was around this time at 6 a.m. at 6:37 a.m. Also, I was getting ready to go to school, so I just said, as soon as it breaks this little structure here, right, I just wanted it to break that little structure. As soon as it breaks this little structure here, right, forms a lower low and start continuing, I'm going to end. Then it did exactly as I anticipated, right? It was making what? Higher, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then this is the 15 minutes time frame. Then a lower high, and then it failed to make a what? Lower low. If you wanted to be aggressive, you could have entered here, but that's around 2 a.m. No one is on the charts at that time, right? For most people. Sometimes I am on the charts at that time, but for most people, no one is on the charts at that time. So what am I looking at here? If we remove this structure, this market structure, and put it aside, we can see that we made a double bottom, right? We made a double bottom on a what? On a trend line. This is exactly what we are looking at. You see this double bottom, also we are on a trend line. These are just what? Additional confluences that are showing us that what? The pullback in the bigger time frame, because this was an uptrend, but there was just a minor pullback. The pullback in the bigger time frame, the pullback in the bigger picture is now what? It is now finishing. So there was a bit of consolidation, right? A retracement, consolidation. Then what? The distribution also started what? Coming into the picture. So exactly what I was anticipating at the break of what? Of this high, right? Was it made a higher high, right? And a higher low, because they are higher than these previous ones. But I wanted it to confirm. So as soon as it broke out, right, and made a higher low, failing to what? To take this off, right? I knew that we are now what? We are now going for the upward direction. The price is now ready to take off. So on my phone, I just saw the bullish engulfing candle in the 15 minutes time frame, right? And let me just remove this one, delete. And I went for a what? A breakout strategy, because here we're not retesting anything. We retested the EMA, we retested the order block and the support and resistance levels here. Here we were now breaking out of a what? Out of a resistance level. So it was a breakout strategy. 1:3 it just went for about 1:0.5, retraced, and then started shooting straight forward for TP. So on this trade, it took about 3 hours 45 minutes, which is solid for having a stop loss of 8,000. That's a lot, right? So today, that was for yesterday. Now for today, This is what I was anticipating, right? We have a strong area which works as support here in the previous days, and then it comes acts as a resistance level here, right? So we are just seeing that there are rejections from this line, right? I came and just put my support area here, and then here I entered this trade looking at the candles for the 5 minutes. So we are seeing that in the long run, right? Not in the long run, but in the 30 minutes and 1 hour time frame, if you look at this, it is making an uptrend, right? We're having our trend line, which was right here before I corrected it, right? So it was cutting some candles, right? This is why I corrected it to be to be here, so that it does not cut any candles, right? Any candle close or any candle open should not be cut. It should only cut if there are wicks. It should be only cutting the wicks. So I was seeing a trend line retest. I was also seeing a breakout and coming back to retest the resistance level, which was support in the previous, came back and became bounce one. The second bounce, I entered the trade because it is acting as support for the second time, but we were just taken out. I don't know why it came here. That's just how the price moves, right? It's every time your prediction is correct, as long as in the long run you're profitable. That's what matters, that's what counts, right? So it came 1 to 1.5. we put our take profit, our stop loss in break even. This is why you see for trend X600 there is a orange which shows stop loss hit, but overall there is a positive amount. So for the next trade, right, we are going to trend X 1800, but this is very frustrating. Just comes for our stop loss, then surpasses our take profit by far. It's part of the process, but you just feel it. It's not something that is which you won't feel after it hits you, right? So for trend X 1.8, I was targeting that the price is going to grab some liquidity here, because there was already change of market structure. The long term is a bearish downtrend, right? And in the 1 hour and 30 minutes, we're seeing that it is going down. I come to my 15 minutes time frame, then I see this huge candle, right, where the open is almost the open and close, there are no wicks. Also, it is very big. It is very rare for these synthetic indices to have these Marabusa candles when they are okay. You know that the momentum is now the trade is now moving in the intended direction. The price is now moving in the intended direction. So what we're having here, it is is a retest of this support level. So it was acting as support 1, 2, 3 times. This was almost the 4th time, right? And then it came, retested that level. So what we were having here is a downtrend in both 1 hour and 30 minutes. We are also having a retest of of a support level, but I was anticipating a strong breakout because, as you can see, this level was where it was just bouncing back to the upwards direction. It never bounced out of this level to go down. It was only going upwards after bouncing from this level. So I was anticipating a strong breakout, since it was a downtrend. So we open our the 30 minutes time frame, and we see that huge bearish engulfing candle. We enter our trade, and that was it. Went straight for TP. Then the last trade was on SwitchX 1800. So for SwitchX 1800, it was also similar to TrendX 600. This was the third trade I gave on the signals. Personally, I took 4, but for signals I gave 3, which I was confident with. As you can see, I was confident with this trade, but you can see that it is now in its all-time highs. So it is, for it to continue going up, it is going to struggle, right? It might start reversing and just change the market structure. So it went for 1 to 1.5, right? And then we put our stop loss at break even, loss avoided. So I always tell them, all right, trade update, get in here, get out here, right? Because it's not always about profits. You lose when you trade, but just make sure that your losses, all right, they are insignificant to your profits. For example, every trade I take, if you see in my channel here, every trade I take, my stop loss will be 50. Here it might be 52 or 51, a little bit above 50 because of commission or spikes, but my stop loss is 50, my take profit 150. Always. Let me just show you. You must be consistent. You see, trade management, always. Stop loss 49.8, that's around 50. Take profit 149.4, right? 1:3. So if I lose 2 trades on Monday and win 1 on Tuesday, I'm already above by by $50. So for today we ended up having about $109 in profit, because there was this loss and a break even of about $6 on SwitchX, but for the total I just know that it was 109, right, after having 1 win, 1 loss and 2 break evens on my personal. But for the community, they did not have a loss because the trader was not confident. I didn't give them, right? So they just had 1 win, 2 break evens and another win for yesterday. It's still Tuesday, the week is continuing. Engulfing candle with a pin bar. I just totally ignored it. Saw it afterward, after the loss was it. It did not even take 10 minutes, I think, this trade. It did not even take 10 minutes. I was taken out. So this is it for today, guys. I will just be updating you, and stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a challenge, right? A challenge about, I'm going to put a certain amount of money in the synthetic indices account, maybe, but it will be not a very large amount, maybe 1,000 or less, right? And I'm going to be doing it for a period, for a certain period. Let's say, for example, 2 months, 3 months, right? Or maybe a 6-month challenge, logged in, right? Using these risks, which I use maybe of risking 5% per trade, right? because as you all know, for those who follow me on my TikTok, on my Instagram, I show you the account I'm trading right now is not my capital. It's a capital which friends just what they just gave me, and they said, since you are doing so well, let's just give you. If it is lost, that's okay, we know and we understand the risk. And I took that 500 to 1000 in just 1 month. That's pretty aggressive, because even if you ask online or what, making 100% returns in 1 month, that's very aggressive. So this is the same account, right? It's now a bit above what 1k, but just making 100%. So from that, right, they are going to be profit shares, and then I'll deposit a certain amount to trade these synthetic indices. And let's say, for example, that 500, right, I had flipped it to, I did not flip, I was trading conservatively, as you saw, risking 5% of the current balance, right? At first I was risking about 25-30 bucks, right, until it reached 800. Then I started risking 50 bucks, right? So you can see that I'll be risking a consistent amount, right, for a certain period until it reaches a certain benchmark, until it reaches certain equity. Then I increase my risk. So let's say, for example, trading the synthetic indices, not using the risks that are recommended, those 5%, 10% risk, maybe the first month I multiply it by 2, it will be 500. The second month I multiply it by 2, that's 1000. Now times 2, it will be 2000. The third month, maybe 2000 times 2, which will be now 4000. The fourth month, 8,000. The fifth month, 16,000. And the sixth month, 32,000. I'm just saying, let's say it is a 6 month, around 30 to 32k. And then I will maybe do a giveaway of maybe about 10% of that amount, right, that I will have done the challenge. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, join the community, WhatsApp and Telegram, and you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. We now have a Facebook page. It's in the growing, the business is growing, right? So until next time, guys, see you, stay tuned.